Reading a scholarly journal article. While scholarly journal articles reflect the ongoing scholarly conversation on a particular topic and can be useful to consult in your research process, they tend to be quite long and full of dense, often subject-specific language. For this reason, it's helpful to recognize which parts of an article will be of use to you and which parts you can skim or ignore in your research process. Here we'll look at selecting an article and identifying the elements in it where you should focus your attention. In consulting your search results in a database, pay close attention to the titles of articles. This is your first clue as to what the article might be about. For the sample research question, why is social media critical to the success of social justice movements, this article, how social media facilitates political protest, seems promising. Before you read through the article itself, you first want to closely examine the abstract, which is a summary of the article, as well as the key words. These are also important indications of how relevant the article is to your research topic. A quick note on scholarly sources. Often you won't find a scholarly journal article that specifically confirms your thesis. In fact, it's better for your research if you don't, as that means you've developed an original research question. If we think of scholarly sources as reflecting an ongoing conversation about a topic, you want to pull out the bits and pieces of that conversation that support your ideas to cite in your own paper. A scholarly source is going to give you context for your topic. With the research question about the relationship between social media and social justice movements, scholarly articles that look at social media behavior or social protest behavior would be of use. The article doesn't have to make the connection. That's your job as the researcher. Often students get frustrated when they can't find articles on their exact topic. Remember the main concepts in your research question you identified early in your research process, and focus your search on scholarly sources that help you to write about those concepts. Once I've selected an article and read through the abstract, I'm ready to explore the article in full. Let's look further at this article, How Social Media Facilitates Political Protest. To maximize your research efforts and save you time, here is an informal reading template that you can use, which suggests reading an article in the following order: introduction, conclusion, past research, references, everything else. The introduction will be at the start of the article and give you important context on the purpose of the article. Why does this topic matter? What's already known about it? What questions still exist? Sometimes an introduction is the most useful part of an article to you, as it will include information that you haven't come across elsewhere and that is presented through a scholarly lens. After the introduction, you want to jump down to the end of the article and read the conclusion. The conclusion serves as a summary of the article. It will include the main takeaways from the article and share the article's findings. After the introduction and conclusion, you then want to look over the past research that's been done and is cited in the article. This is where the authors of the article show how they're entering the scholarly conversation on the topic. This is the research they did in order to write their paper. Usually, past research is contained to a section of the article called the literature review. In this sample article, past research is integrated throughout the body of the article. However, you can recognize when it's mentioned from the number of citations in a sentence or a paragraph, which are underlined in blue. It's good to skim the past research and see if any concepts or ideas jump out at you related to your own research topic. After reading the introduction and conclusion and skimming the past research, it can be helpful to jump down to the references section of the article. References are especially valuable if you're having trouble finding additional sources on your topic. Sometimes one good article can lead you to 2 or 3 additional articles using the references. You can search the title of the article in our college database or on Google to try to track it down. I recommend you focus your attention on these 4 sections of an academic journal article. Other sections like methodology and data analysis are not relevant to your research at this time. In thinking about scholarly research as an ongoing conversation, the authors of the article are entering that conversation with a certain level of expertise garnered through years of study. You don't yet have that expertise on this topic, which is fine and expected. Your best move for engaging the scholarly conversation is often to reference and respond to the main takeaways of an article. Remember, the main takeaways of a scholarly journal article are found in the introduction, conclusion, and past research sections of the article. The references section can be a good way to locate additional related sources on your topic. To maximize your research efforts, focus your attention on the parts of the article most of use to you in your research.